How's everybody doing? So I don't know, driving around picking up some scrap, and the truck broke. But when I was taking the truck to the mechanic, I had broken radiator hose. I saw this dumpster, and the homeowner was here. And I guess the grandfather was a contractor or something like that. Definitely a scrapper. And for $750, I bought all the stuff that was left over. They had piles of brass and copper. You can see there's just bins and bins and bins. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Like, look at all the copper fittings in here. Nothing in the dumpster. This is what I pulled out of the dumpster yesterday when I didn't have the camera. But these riveted bins I'll be able to sell for close to 20 bucks each. There's some cool stuff in here. Got a bunch of motors, some cool gauges out of the dumpster. Nice GE electric fan. I'd say there's probably 20 motors. There was all this aluminum sheet. I pulled the smelting pots out of the dumpster. But it gets interesting as you go further back. This is mostly aluminum. There's a bunch of brass in here too. I'll have to separate that, the white brass versus the aluminum. Another huge pile of copper and brass. It's kind of why I was at the $750 mark. I figured just in the copper and brass from here to the front got me out of the deal. And it's real easy to get your money back on copper and brass. A lot of this came from this shed, and I got all the contents to this shed. There is a lot of stuff still in here. This will probably be another video, but I don't know if you guys can see all the way back in there. There's a ton of wire. So when he was pulling all this out, this was non-magnetic metal, but there was this huge pile of wire. So I think today I'm going to work on pulling out all the wire out of here. There's probably this is all strippable. Hopefully we find 500 to 1,000 pounds of wire between this pile. This is actually a good belt. Between this pile, and we'll take you just around real fast and show you the other pile of wire. And this pile over here, definitely will add up to be a bunch of wire. This is I don't know if this is wire. No, it's a hose. So This is good. This is copper copper lightning rod or ground wire. More ferrous metal over here. Lots of brass and aluminum. Bunch more wire up on these shelves. All right. Another one of those bins. I'm gonna empty this trash can, and holy, I missed that. That's all brass. Wow. I really didn't know it was there. That's great. I saw this box though, with the swan on the side. It's got some paint on that side, but I wonder if this is all copper too. Yesterday it was like right around 30 degrees out, and I didn't feel like working on that storage room, so I was driving around doing the scrap. Definitely feel pretty lucky. That's all good scrap. Use this bucket for, oh, that rabbit scared the heck out of me. I'm gonna use this bucket for putting the copper wire in. I did mess with the garage door. See if I can open it so we can get a idea. Right off the bat, there's a, I know it's not a copper pipe, but it looked like one. Definitely a mess. But right back here was one of the things that saw this oil can down here. Here, watch. I thought that was a good can. It's not an oil can, but just still had really good so I don't know, there's definitely a lot of stuff to sell out of here. I'll have to come back with some tubs just to pack for the flea market. Man, there's a lot of stuff in here. Pretty happy that the garage door did open up the way I thought it would. Grab this copper wire. It's definitely going to take a while to get all this to work, but luckily I have some time right now. That, and I don't have I haven't been doing the flea market. That'd be great if this was copper wire. I'm gonna dump this water out. Nah, more scrap. Real old circuit boards, probably from the 70s. This feels like old nails and stuff. Well, it'll be interesting how much we get at the scrapyard with just the light iron that we find. I think this is another bin of light iron. Just trying to get all the tubs empty so that way I can put the ferrous metal away. All right. So I filled up the first trash can with strippable wire. There's probably about 120 pounds in that can. In deals like this, the most important thing is to get rid of, or to take all of the stuff that's worth cash first. So I decided I'm going to focus on that pile of brass in the back so I can move it all. There's a ton of copper and brass throughout this whole I don't know what that is, but definitely will add up to be a bunch of money. Every once in a while I find something cool, like look at this, it's got the original key. That's a $20 bill. But I have my girl coming. We're gonna load her truck, since mine's out of order today, with all the brass and copper. And tomorrow I'll come back and we'll work on that shed. I will get to back to that storage room, part 2 of that storage room. This just seemed like it needed to be done now, so that was my thought. I don't know if I'm gonna scrap all the brass yet. I know we're gonna scrap a lot of the aluminum, a lot of the light iron, maybe some of the wire. I do want to get to close to even, and I kind of hope that all the brass will go up to, my number for scrapping brass is $2. So I did scrap a lot of my hoard when the first wave of Corona happened, but I don't know. It's definitely there's definitely a lot of stuff in here. I would say we have easily 800 to 1,000 pounds of brass and copper. Oh man, this is cool. This is a mining lantern, or mining. I haven't gone through these. This was all in the house. Another $20. So I'll keep that with that lock. Maybe that's what that was, like a flashlight piece. There's a lot of good parts for people for making stuff. Brass kick plates. I think I need to take this can in the back to go load it up with, pretty sure these are steel. Lots of sprinkler. I don't know what he said all this was his grandfather's. I don't know exactly what he did, but definitely looks like plumbing / electrician. And there's a lot of early circuit boards and some radio stuff. So I guess he did a little bit of everything. I think I can marry this one into that and then have an empty tub. There is, need a file to tell what some of this stuff is. He said he had pulled all this out of the garage. So hopefully said there was still more there, so hopefully we get lucky and hit a secret stash in the garage. But again, today I plan on saving that back pile. This is definitely a bunch of stuff. We'll come back and get all these totes. I think so if the wire's $100, the totes is probably another $100 in these riveted totes. I'm sure motors are up right now. I might scrap the motors, even though my one buddy loves to strip the copper out of them. But I do have to get back my $700. There's a lot of dirty brass in here. I could sell that knob, just have to take that off. I'm just gonna while I'm separating, I'm gonna make a pile of clean brass. See all this, the handles have to be taken off and everything else. I'm guessing we have that yellow tub, probably another five to six bins right here of brass. A lot of dirty brass. I think I'm going to make a pile of dirty brass. You get paid half of what that sells for. This valve wasn't cheap. Still in good condition, never been used. Definitely can sell all the tops of these though. Some of the knobs, the old knobs, I'll get close to $5 a piece for. And that one's probably only like $2, but the real large ones always seem to sell fairly fast. See, like this, I'll probably have to make a dirty brass pile. And I don't keep dirty brass, so I'm gonna make a dirty brass bin, and we'll go take all that to the scrapyard, see how we do with the dirty brass. Probably won't be today, it's getting later in the day now. About $2:30 or so. Alright, need to go bring this up front and go find some more bins. Well, just taking a little look around. This looks like a duck planter, but there's a lucky gnome. It's got a interesting rock pile over there too. Every once in a while you'll find like an Indian rock or something like that. But gnomes are always sellable. This guy right here, these are worth some decent money. They're brass screen. Bunch right there. Should be able to get 10 to 15 bucks a piece for those at the flea market. What's nice is it's not just aluminum in here. Here's a nice copper pipe. Definitely a lot of sorting. When I was talking to the gentleman who I got this from, he said he was thinking it would only take him 3 weeks to go through the garages and sheds and the house, and he's on month 4, so I don't think if I came earlier I would have got the deal. He would have been still motivated to go through everything, but you know, definitely is getting colder. Clock, lots of good gauges though. All right, I'm gonna keep on bringing up bins. So I pulled all the brass from out back up front. This guy I had to take out half of it just to be able to move it. It's got to weigh 150 pounds or so. I have, my guess is 20 bins of brass at, I would say they're 50 pounds a bin. So, I mean, there's copper also mixed in. Like I just found these, they're pretty darn awesome. I believe they are for a heat lamp, but they would make great copper ceiling light lamps. So there's a whole stack of them. Pretty sure I can sell those at the flea market fairly easy. Probably get $10 to $20 a piece for those. And I found this 1940s, 1920s brass hose nozzle. Definitely was a lot of work though. My girl's on her way. I'm gonna load this stuff up on the truck, so I'm gonna put all the good stuff aside. Actually pretty happy with what I found out of the scrap. And I guess if they're 50 pounds a tote, and we have 20 of them, that's 1,000 pounds that we're gonna load onto the truck right now. Definitely a good day. This was a piece of solid stock. Couldn't tell if it was copper, or I guess it is copper, solid copper ingot. It's pretty fun. So Lindsay showed up. I packed a whole bunch of bins to help roll stuff up from the back, but we're gonna unload these, bring them to the back, and load the copper. I guess I'll put you guys on time lapse as I do that. Definitely a lot of stuff. Well, we got it all loaded. I was honestly surprised. Definitely a lot of weight, don't you think? It's definitely a lot of weight. But I don't know. It'll be interesting what kind of antiques we find in that garage. Hopefully, I think weighs probably 5 pounds. Hopefully you thought this video was interesting. If you haven't yet, please give somebody a call who might be alone. Please be safe out there, and thank you very much for watching. You never know what you're gonna find when you're trash picking. All right, see everybody later. Definitely I feel it was a good cold call. Peace.